In this video, I will show you how to take a look at this graph on the right and answer questions according to the graph that you see here. So we're going to be just kind of interpreting that graph. So this says here for example 3, this graph shows the depth of the water line in a leaking swimming pool, so the depth here, and then we're also tracking the time that pool is not only leaking, but then it looks like the water level is rising and then falling again. So we're going to be telling what quantities are varying and then how they are related together. So this says the pool starts at a depth of water at 2 feet. So notice how when time is beginning here, as we're starting to track, the water level starts at 2, and then slowly the water level goes down, so it's leaking, and it continues to leak, meaning go down for a total of 6 hours. So that's when the water level is decreasing. So this interval would be represented in time as 0 to 6, and I'm going to use x because time is on our x-axis, and equal to symbols because it is equal to 0 and it is equal to 6 here. And during that time, since the water level is leaking, we're going to say decreasing. Because if the water level is going down, that would definitely be decreasing and not increasing. Then someone starts to refill the pool. So now notice the graph starts to go up because our water level is rising for the next 5 hours. So from 6 hours to the next 5 hours. So from 6 to 11, if I count, from 0 to 6, we had it going down. And then for the next 5 hours, so 6 plus 5 would get me to the 11th hour mark, we are seeing the water level rise. And that interval would be from 6 to 11 hours. And in that case, if we are rising the water level, that would be increasing. And then the next question says, at what time and depth does the water level reach its highest level? So this to me appears to be the highest point on the graph. And at what time? That would be at 11 hours. And depth of that water, it looks like it would be roughly 3 feet of water. And then it says at blank, the water starts to decrease again, and I would say at 11 hours, because that's where it then starts to decrease again. Not as much as before, but it's still going down. And then the domain for my function would be the span of time for the x-axis that we're tracking, and it looks like on our x-axis, we are tracking time in hours from 0 to 16 hours, and that was time. And then the water level of our function, notice how we don't span this entire section. The lowest the water level reaches is a height of 1, and the highest the water level reaches is 3. And so for my range, the y values that we see, we do not see any part of the graph here covered in this section. So we don't need a range. We don't need a range between 0 and 1 because our water level doesn't go below 1. So 1, 2, 3 would be the height of the water level that it spans over that time frame.